Hi, welcome back to Therapy Designs. If you're new to this channel, my name is Kelly, and this channel is all about teaching you how to create print-on-demand designs that sell. And be sure to stay tuned till the end of the video because I have another 5 bonus niches for you. All right, so in today's video, I want to show you how you can create this style of design right here. Now, this is one of my Etsy listings. This is a customizable listing sale. So what you can see here is you've got the paw print, but inside the paw print, you've got a picture of the face of the pet. So in this case, it's a cat, but it doesn't have to be a cat. I've seen this done with dogs, and you could probably do it with any animal whose face would kind of fit inside the paw print. And then, of course, the name. So the name of the person's pet. So this would be customizable. So if somebody was to order this, they would send me a picture of, their pet that they want me to put inside the paw print, and then the pet's name. I would put it there, and then I could ship it out to them. And so this is just another version of a customizable sort of pet style niche that sells really well on Etsy. And so you can see here on my main mockup image, I do let them know right off the bat that it's customizable, photo and name. I do also put that in the title, custom name and photo, cat paw print t-shirt. Obviously, on top of sizes and colors, here we have the personalization where they're just supposed to go ahead and write the name of the pet. And then I tell them that they can either email me at, and I give them my email address with the photo, or they can use Etsy Messenger to send the photo, and that I will respond to them within 48 hours with a mock-up of their design prior to printing and shipping it. And so that is how I go ahead and do these kinds of custom orders. And of course, I have mock-ups on every color just so that they can go ahead and see what the design looks like on different colors. And of course, in this particular instance, I do have the colors. They're labeled here. And these are mock-ups that I bought off of Etsy. So Etsy has tons of mock-ups for sale. So you can have all sorts of different mock-ups for different colors. And I do try to keep the mock-ups very specific to the type of shirt that I'm selling. So in this instance, I am selling the Gildan 6400 soft style, and I make sure that the mock-up is also that same Gildan 6400 soft style. So the Gildan mock-up right there. That way the colors will match, the cut will match, and so everybody will know exactly how it is supposed to look. And so you try to keep your mock-ups as consistent as you can with the actual product. If I was to scroll down a little bit more, it's taking a while to load for some reason today. I've got my review card here where I just point out a few of the positive reviews that I've got, and I have my call to action. Well, actually, I have that on my branding card, but I pretty much am asking them for reviews as well. I've got my size chart here. There's a regular size chart again for the Gildan 6400. Lately, people have been doing fit guides, so I did go ahead and add a fit guide to this too, so it'll kind of show you what the fit looks like. And then, of course, at the bottom, I've got my branding card. And here I do go ahead and put, if you loved your order, we'd love to have your review. So go ahead and ask for a review there. And so that's how I do that. And so with that in mind, I do want to show you guys how you could go ahead and create this style of design. First, I want to say that this design was actually inspired by some photos I saw of actual tattoos. And so I can show you an example here. So here's an example of a tattoo. And so I've seen this a lot lately where they have the pet's face within the paw print on the tattoo. And sometimes they'll have the name down there too. And so I saw that and I thought that that was a cool idea and that I could probably find a way to incorporate that into a t-shirt. And so that's kind of where that inspiration came from. So inspiration can really come from just about anywhere. But with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and jump over to Canva. And so here I am on my Canva homepage here. We're going to go to the right-hand side where it says custom size. I'll click on that. And I design all of my shirts in 4500 by 5400 pixels. That does ensure that when it prints, it will print at above a 300 DPI. Now I'm going to go ahead and start with a background color. Typically, I go ahead and optimize my designs for the darker color shirts. So I usually just go ahead and pick black as my background color. And the first thing I want to do is find the paw print that I'm going to use as my frame. So I'm going to go over to the left-hand side up to the top where it says elements. You can click on that and then we'll just go ahead and do a search for paw print. And I'm going to use graphics. And there's tons of paw prints. I think I actually just used this very first one, but any of the different shapes of paw prints could potentially work. So any of those can be, good. I want something kind of big and bold because I'm going to put a picture in it. I want it to take up a lot of space. I'm going to go ahead and change the color here to white so that I can see it. There it is. And so that is going to be my paw print. So I can make that nice and big so that it kind of fills the page, right? Now I am going to go ahead and probably angle it a little bit, because the way, if we were to go back to the tattoo picture, you know, an animal's eyes are going to be separated a little bit. So it's not like you're going to have an eye here and an eye here. Those eyes would be really close together. So typically you're going to have an eye in one, you know, toe print, and then on, you know, a separate one that's spaced one away. And because I want their eyes kind of to be towards the top, I tend to kind of angle it like this so that you could have something like eye and eye. And it may change based on the photo that somebody gives you. And you may have to request multiple photos too, because, you know, some photos will work better than others. So if somebody sends you a photo and it's really not going to work out well, you can always go ahead and message them and ask them to send a few more to kind of try to find the one that's going to fit best. But let's go ahead and start with this. So this is our paw print frame. So I'm just going to go ahead and title up here anyways, paw print frame. And what we're going to do is we're going to download this. And it is going to download. It's going to be a transparent background, and we'll hit download. Now, before I do this, I want to comment that sometimes what will happen is it won't let you download an element by itself, because these elements aren't allowed to be used as a standalone. Of course, in this case, it won't be a standalone. I'm going to put a mask on it and put text with it, but because I'm downloading it as a frame, it may consider it a standalone and not work. In that case, I'll show you how we troubleshoot that. So let me go ahead and give it a try. And if I run into that problem, yeah, there you go. So you can't do it as a standalone. That's not a problem at all. You just have to put anything else on the page. So for example, if I hit C on my keyboard, it pulls up a circle. I can stick that circle way down at the bottom of the page like that. And now it's going to let me go ahead and download it. So now again, I can download transparent background and hit download. And so that way I've got my frame that I'm going to use, okay? And then I can get rid of that. Next, I need my photo. So they would typically send you the photo, and then what you would do would be upload it to your upload section here, okay? In this case, I'm just gonna go ahead and use a photo that I'm gonna get off of here, and it can be anything, cat face, dog face. I'll just go with cat because that's the one I showed you. We're gonna go to photos. And you're just looking for a picture of a cat's face. And I don't remember exactly the one I used. There's some cute ones here. You know, there's some with like the blue eyes. It might have been something like that I used, but doesn't really matter. This is just kind of almost for your mock-up image, because you will need to have a main mock-up, and then people will obviously send you what they want for customization. But for your main mock-up, you know, pick something that's cute, right? So here's a kitty. It's kind of cute. It's got the blue eyes. I can go ahead, stretch it out nice and big. And now to see where it's going to line up, I'm going to need to use some transparency. So I'm going to go to transparency up here, which is the little checkered box. And I'm going to bring that transparency down enough so that I can see through it. That way I will be able to see where it lines up on the paw print. That way I can kind of size it and space it and put it wherever I want. So I want those eyes to kind of line up, one in each of these toes here. I want to make sure that the nose and the mouth is there. I can angle it if I want to. So I'm just going to play with it and make sure that I get everything spaced more or less where I want it. So, I mean, something like that looks pretty cute. The eyes are lined up in there pretty well. I can see the nose, the mouth. I got the tuft of hair, and so that's going to look pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and take this. I'm going to get rid of the transparency now. And then from here, I can go ahead and retitle this again. I can put cat face, mask even, so that I know it's the mask. And then I'm going to download this as is. So you'll just download. It's a PNG. You don't have to do anything else. And so now that we have both our mask and our frame downloaded, what we're going to do to get a clipping mask is jump over to Photopea. And if you haven't seen my videos before, I use Photopea a lot for clipping masks. It's super fast, super easy, and super free. So it's a bonus. So all you do is put photopea.com into your browser. You'll get a page like this. You don't have to sign up. You don't have to create an account. You don't have to pay. You don't have to give credit card information, nothing. You'll get this. You'll hit open from computer. That will pull up your downloads, and you're going to start by picking your frame and hitting open. And we'll give it a second. It's going to open our frame. So there it is. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put the cat right on top. So to do that, we're going to go to the left-hand side where it says File. 3 spaces down, you'll see something that says Open and Place. Click on that. It will pull up your downloads again. You're going to go ahead and select your cat face this time, so that's going to be your mask. It should put the mask right over the top. So if everything worked perfectly, your cat should be on the top. The paw print you won't be able to see because it's going to be underneath. If you go to the right-hand side where you see the layers, you'll have the cat on the top and the paw print on the bottom labeled as background, and the cat should be highlighted, okay? If that's all true, then this should be super fast and easy. You go to the top where it says Layer, click that, and about halfway down it'll say Clipping Mask. Just click that and it will automatically put that cat in there. Now you're still going to have that little circle at the bottom because we had a little circle on our frame. No problem. We just cut that out. So that's not an issue at all. But now I have my cat inside of the paw print. And then from here we go to File. About halfway down, it'll say Export As. You'll select PNG. It's going to pull up a box here. You can reframe it, retitle it if you want to. So I can put like paw print cat. And it's still a PNG. It's still 4500 by 5400 pixels. Everything's great. Hit save. And that's all you needed Photopea for, and it should be that quick, that easy, that simple, that free, and then we jump right back over to our Canva page. So now that I'm back on my Canva page, I can go ahead and add another page down here. And then what we're going to do is upload what we just got off of Photopea. So we'll go over to Uploads, click that, hit Upload Files. That'll pull up your downloads, and from there we can go ahead and upload our, paw print cat. And we can just click on that. It'll pull it into the page. And here we have it. Now I can go ahead and easily crop that circle out. So now I just have the paw print. Make that paw print as big as I want in the shirt. Put it wherever I want. So something there. So far, so good. Pretty easy. You can leave it like that, or you can put an outline around it. I did have a little bit of an outline on the one I showed you, but you certainly don't have to. I guess it depends on the background color of the shirt, whatever you're optimizing for, and the color of the animal. Obviously, this animal's light color, it shows up on a dark shirt, but if it was a really dark animal, it might not show up on the light shirt. So use your best judgments there. Or if you wanted to sell it on a white shirt, for example, I mean, that looks good on a white shirt too. If I wanted to put it on maybe a gray shirt, maybe it blends in a little bit and I start to lose some of that edging. So you can always add an outline if you want to, just by going to Edit. And then we'll just scroll down to Shadows and you'll select Outline there. And then you can pick your outline color. So you can do any color. You can do a lighter outline, a darker outline. Again, it depends on the color of the shirt that you're going for or optimizing for, and then the color of the animal. So really you can do anything you want. So if I was going for more of a whiter color, or maybe even a little bit of a gray, maybe even a little bit of a bluer gray, and then I can change the size of that outline. So I can have it be like a really thin outline, or I could have it be a really thick outline. In this case, I would go, really pretty thin. So right there, that's like a 7 in terms of the thickness of the outline, just so that it pops. But again, you don't have to. It just depends on what you're going for. And, in some cases it might look better with an outline. In some cases it might not look as good with an outline. So, but just to show you, that's what you can do there. And then what we would do would be add the animal's name. So again, this is just the example that you might use for your mock-up, but let's pull up a text box. That's a T, all right? We'll bring it down here. I'm going to change the text color. Again, you can change it to anything that's going to kind of work well with the color of the animal. Or the color of the shirt. And in this case, I just made up a name. I called it Whiskers. So I just changed the text to Whiskers right there. I had a cat named Whiskers when I was a kid, so that's probably where that came from. And you can do it however you want. I kind of had it angled like that, but you can of course put the name anywhere you want, and then you can just pick a font. And again, you can pick any font that you liked. I wanted to go with something that was a little bit more scripty, and I think I ended up going with one called, it was Jimmy Script right here. And so that's the one that I went with, but again, you can pick any one that you want. And I tried to make it so that it sort of fit nicely in that kind of groove under the cat, maybe something like that. maybe even a little bit smaller. And then if I was to group these together so that it was grouped, oops, sale again, I can now move it, resize it, kind of try to make it so that it's as a whole centered in the page so that I've got kind of equal distance between the edges there and there. And so something like that. So that might be my mock-up image that I would use for this. And then what would happen would be I keep this, and then if somebody was to send me the picture again, I can go up to my original image. I haven't moved the paw print, and what I would do would be to go ahead and upload their picture of their animal, put it in here, go through the same steps, and then I can just go down here and I can just change the text to kind of match their animal's name. I would save theirs, and then I would go ahead and upload it to whatever print company I used. So let's say I was on Printful. I could then go to Printful and edit the order. And then what you do is you just edit the print file. So you delete the print file that you used for the mockup, upload the new print file that would then have, obviously the picture of their animal and the name, and then you complete the order. And so that's how you go ahead and do custom things. So it's really pretty quick and easy once you get the hang of it. And so again, now that I have this done, I could like title this whatever I want. I could title it by the cat's name or something. So there's Whiskers. You would download this. You want it to be a PNG, and you need the transparent background. That way it's ready to go on any shirt color that you want. I go ahead, hit current page if you've got multiple pages. So we make sure we get the right page. And then we hit download. And there it is now ready to go. And again, depending on what platform you're using, obviously, if you were selling it on Amazon Merch, it wouldn't be something that would be customizable. So you're probably selling it on Etsy or Shopify, in which case you'd probably use a third-party print company. And again, whether that's Printful, Printify, or any of the other ones, you would upload your PNG to that print company, and then follow the steps to create your Etsy listing. And so pretty simple. Again, just another idea of different ways that you can kind of create custom designs for people. And of course, pets are always big ones, but anything custom that you can do that's a little bit more creative is going to do pretty well on Etsy. Now, because you guys were so patient and did wait until the end of the video, I do have another 5 bonus niches for you guys. Before I get to that, though, I did want to mention that I had been working on a print-on-demand course pretty much since the beginning of the year. So it's been a good 6 months or so I've been trying to work on this thing. And I did finally get out a text version of it. And so right now I have it for sale on Amazon as a paperback book and on Etsy as a downloadable PDF, and it has clickable links and everything. I can show you right now. I do have the copy of the actual book that I got off of Amazon. So this is what the book looks like, and it's got 117 pages in the book, including a whole bunch of niches at the end that you can use, but it kind of covers everything print on demand. So if you're brand new to print on demand and you're looking for a guide to kind of help you from start to finish, that is a good option. And yes, I am plugging my stuff here, but I just wanted to show you guys real quick. This is the Amazon listing. It is the Print on Demand Ultimate Beginner's Guide. So right now I have it selling for $18.99 in the paperback version. And then I do also have it on Etsy. And here is my Etsy listing for it. It's a little bit more on Etsy. This is a downloadable PDF, and all of the links on there would be clickable links. And so if I was to show you kind of my listing here, I have, what it covers. It has 118 printer-friendly pages, 29 video links, links to 9 seller platforms, links to 12 print providers, links to 5 design platforms, links to 6 research platforms, plus something like 500 bonus niches in total. So tons of stuff there for you. It's got links to all of the design videos that I have for different products. And I just have my basic thumbnails in there too. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead, check that out. I will go ahead and, have a link to these in the description under this video if it's something that you guys are interested in. Again, this would be great for beginners who are just getting started and want to know pretty much everything from what the heck is print on demand, what is, what do I have to do in terms of business, accounting, SEO, marketing, pretty much everything it covers. Anyways, again, thank you so much for listening to that pitch. So without any more waiting, these are your 5 bonus niches, and these are, again, evergreen niches that you guys can be working on right now. So niche number 1, I'm not like other girls, I'm worse. Number 2, gentle parenting dropout, established this morning. Number 3, life is better in flip-flops. Number 4, you deserve good things. And number 5, I garden so I don't choke people. And of course, that one can be scaled out to pretty much I blank so I don't choke people. And that could be pretty much any hobby or activity that people like to do. So again, I hope you guys are doing well. If you have any questions or comments, you can throw those in the comment section below. I try to get back to everybody as quickly as I can. I hope you guys are doing really well with your sales. And more importantly, I hope you guys are continuing to grow your skills and expand your portfolio. And I do hope to see you guys again. That's it for today's video. If you found that useful and would like to see more videos with helpful tips and tricks, be sure to hit like and subscribe and turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of the weekly videos. As always, keep growing and stay creative, and we'll see you next time.